So I wasn't expecting this scene to actually happen here in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3, Episode 1, and that is an actual flashback of Daryl. It was very, very short, but it looks like we're actually going to be getting that this season, and yeah, it looks like that scene was more of a teaser for, more flashbacks and whatnot happening later on. So obviously, before we go any further, definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all of my Walking Dead content like this. Now, in this scene here, we do see Daryl actually thinking about stuff. It's actually a scene where he's on the boat and they're going back to America, and he's just kind of thinking about, going back home. And I think it's just thinking about that and, his past and, his journey so far and his life overall. He's just kind of reflecting on his life overall. And then, we do see the scene there where we actually see Daryl as a kid. And I do believe it is Daryl because just because the casting and whatnot, it actually does look like it's Daryl. And obviously, he's remembering, from his perspective there. And it was a really cool scene because we actually see Daryl, he's younger and he's running here somewhere. It looks like this is where they lived here, and I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, he's yelling for someone here, so maybe he's yelling for Merle, or maybe it's his mom or his dad or his stepdad. I can't remember exactly how the whole story worked here, but I know that him and Merle never had the best upbringing, and so we're actually seeing some of that here, and that's what's really exciting about this. We have never seen anything with Daryl in terms of a flashback. Like other characters have had flashback scenes, but I don't remember Daryl ever having one, ever. There's just been, really, I don't think anything from what I can remember, and so this is really cool to see. This is kind of the point of the spin-offs, is to give us scenes like this, to actually get, flashback scenes to explain, some stuff with the character and to see what happened with the character. And it's crazy that we're getting this, all these years later, but I think it just goes to show how much story there is to tell with these characters here and how refreshing it can be to get scenes like this. And so I'm really excited to see, what they're actually going to get into here. I think that what we're likely going to learn here is something more specific, in terms of a story where Daryl went through something and it actually means something to this day because of maybe when he lost Isabel, right? And I think that's probably going to be something that we do see here. One story that I do wonder if they're going to tell here is when Daryl lost his mother, because he lost his mother in a house fire when he was younger. And so, this could be around that age there. And so at this point, Daryl actually ended up being in the woods. I think it was for 9 days is what he said. And I really do wonder if that is something that we're going to see here, is that place going on fire or whatever, and then Daryl is lost in the woods for 9 days or whatever, and it's something that he learned at that point to survive. And I wonder if that moment there really changed him entirely, and that's why he became, I guess, who he is now. And I wonder if that is something that, is going to change the character by the end of the season, or is just something that we're going to learn about the character, because it would be really cool. Him and Merle definitely, they raised themselves for the most part, and he looked up to Merle, right? His mom and dad weren't really the best parents at all, and so he really just raised himself. And so I think to see that scene would be absolutely incredible. I don't know if that's what we're going to see, but it would be really cool because it would fill in the gaps of just all of that, right? Fill in the gaps of what happened to Daryl, and we're going to actually see it, see the scenes where, he was out there on his own for 9 days. And I mean, obviously, if you're, I don't know how old he would be there, but that is insane to go through, and that changed Daryl entirely. And so it explains a lot of, who he is to this day and why he's able to survive and take care of himself. He was the one character that benefited from the apocalypse because he's still surviving. And that's almost the thing too, you almost want Daryl to survive until the end, right? I know there's a lot of talk sometimes of who's going to die in the end, Daryl or Rick, right? And I almost feel like it made sense for Rick to die, but because of what happened, obviously, in The Ones Who Live and stuff, it would just be kind of tragic for him to die now, unless, I don't know, maybe it could work. But I think with Daryl, it makes a lot of sense, right? He should be the one that survives, because that's just sort of his story, is he survived from the very beginning, and he's just going to keep surviving because that's literally who he is, right? And I think it would just be really cool to see. And I am wondering if we're going to see Merle in the flashback, because they could totally do that, right? Just cast another character to play a younger Merle, and we can actually get a story there where we see Merle and Daryl just trying to survive, or I don't even know. I think it would be so cool, because obviously you can't tell a lot of Merle backstory stuff, because we saw a lot of what happened from the apocalypse up until obviously, when he died in season 3. And I think getting stuff from when they were younger, you can easily recast for that, right? And I think it would be so cool to see. I'm actually really excited to see that. Like a lot of the flashback stuff with Daryl, to learn all of that there, because it's a lot more than what they did with Rick, where we just kind of saw like the house and the farm and everything like that. This is actually like we're seeing the character, younger. They actually cast for this role, and I think it's just, again, this is why this spinoff works so well. We should really be getting other flashbacks of the other characters in the other spin-offs. I don't know why we're not doing that. I think like Dead City season 1 did it. Season 2 kind of did it a little bit, but I think we need to see a lot more of that. And I think Daryl Dixon is doing a great job of that. Season 2, obviously not really, but I would say in season 1, they did a pretty good job of that. Like obviously learning a lot more stuff about Daryl and his grandfather and everything like that. The Ones Who Live, again, I did mention that they had the scene with Rick where we saw the farm that he grew up on and we learned that story about his father and everything. So there's more to learn about the characters, and that's what the spinoffs got to do, because the spinoffs are about these characters. The Walking Dead was about all of them. The spinoffs are about these characters individually. If we're going to learn anything about these characters in flashbacks or anything like that, it's going to be obviously in these spinoffs here. So, I mean, there should be anyways. And so I'm so excited about this. I think this is exactly what The Walking Dead needs right now. I think after watching episode 1, a lot of people are saying the same thing. Like, this just feels like almost like a soft reboot almost of The Walking Dead, where it's just like, all right, we can ignore what happened in the last couple of years. Let's just focus on like where we're going now, right? And yeah, I think that this first episode was really strong. Like, that's the thing. We should have got a lot of scenes with Maggie, right? Like with her, when she was younger, I guess, on that farm, and like seeing the house again. Like, a lot of stuff like that you could easily do, and people are going to be so excited about that. Like, oh, that's the farm. Like, we haven't seen that since season 2, right? Stuff like that you got to do. And yeah, I'm just happy that this show is actually doing that. Like, honestly, I was not expecting that. Seeing that scene there, I was just like, wait, what? Are we actually getting that? Is that a tease for like, this season getting actual like Daryl flashbacks? Like, that's exciting. I think that The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon honestly might be the best spinoff so far. I really do, because we're learning a lot of stuff about the character, his grandfather. We saw his grave, and we're learning a lot of stuff about, just his past in general. And Carol obviously had some moments in season 2 as well. It's just exciting to see, and we have his childhood and everything now that we're starting to see a lot more about. I just think that this is perfect, honestly, and I hope in season 4 we actually get some stuff with Carol. I think that'd be pretty cool. As for my predictions on what we'll see from the flashbacks, I do think that they're likely going to tell the story about when his mom died and when he was lost in the woods for 9 days. Like, they could come up with something else entirely, but I think that that's something that they could totally do, because Daryl at that point learned how to survive, and I think it just made him very closed off to the whole world, and that's why we see the character as he is now, right? And obviously this season, he's really exploring a lot of that. Like, I'm just always trying to survive. Why am I like this? Like, why am I always just trying to survive and like not caring about this or that, or trying to live life and be happy? And I think it's really probably that moment right there where it changed him, and we're actually going to see that here. And I hope that it's a scene that's actually pretty long, and it's not like a flashback that's more like dream sequence like, where it's like all blurry and stuff and it's kind of hard to see what's going on. Like, just give us a scene where it's like just like the show, and we're seeing a spinoff on like, when Daryl was younger or something, because obviously you can't do a story like that because it's not going to be the most exciting. Like, you can show scenes here and there like they are doing here, but just do that. Don't have it all like blurry and stuff like that, or at least I hope it's not. If it is, then it depends on how they do it, obviously, but I just thought that, yeah, I mean, obviously seeing that was pretty shocking and surprising. I was not expecting to see Daryl in a flashback scene like that. I mean, that's absolutely just, it's so surprising to see. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post all your thoughts down below. After this, I do have to do a video breaking down the trailer it's actually for the whole season, but I do want to talk about that, as well as talk about the ending. There's actually quite a bit of stuff that I do want to get into with this episode, but we have all week to talk about it, right? And I will be doing a Q&A video, so definitely go and follow me on Discord, or go join the Discord, sorry. And yeah, I'll ask for some questions probably later on tonight. And yeah, so definitely make sure you be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. Honestly, I'm so happy that The Walking Dead is back. Like, I've been waiting for a while, and I think with this show, it just feels like the real spinoff. Like, it really does feel like the actual spinoff that you have to watch after The Walking Dead. And I know The Ones Who Live is also that as well. It's kind of a part of it, but there's something about this spinoff that I think is just a little bit better. I don't know. I just prefer The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon over that spinoff. And yeah, it's just great to have this show here. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy it over the next 7 weeks here. So definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.